In a dark room, a cursor moves across a monitor. An email is drafted, sent, and archived, all using the credentials of a man who hasn't been seen in person for months. Daniel Hayes had no history of erratic behavior or disappearances. He held a steady job and maintained deep ties to his community, until he vanished on a random Tuesday, leaving his wallet and car behind. The initial search yielded nothing. Law enforcement canvassed his neighborhood and checked local hospitals, but they found no physical signs of a struggle or a trail to follow. Within weeks, the search officially stalled. Then, months after the physical trail went cold, new activity appeared. Someone was paying Daniel's utility bills. His accounts were being used for late-night food deliveries. Cyber ethics researchers refer to this as a posthumous digital avatar. Because our lives are tied to automated systems, a data profile can outlive the physical body. Investigators were left to determine who was keeping Daniel's digital footprint alive, and for what purpose. Digital silence used to be the primary indicator of a subject's fate. Now, the existence of an active data profile means investigators must verify the specific hand behind the keyboard. The first theory assumed Daniel was gone and a criminal had hijacked his credit score and financial accounts. Police distinguish between identity theft for financial gain and identity theft for concealment. The former seeks a quick payout, while the latter assumes a victim's persona to hide the thief's own history. These investigations often require federal resources. A thief in one country can use a local victim's identity to move funds across several borders, creating jurisdictional hurdles that stop local police from following the trail. However, the data on Daniel's accounts showed a localized pattern. There were brief logins from neighborhood coffee shops and pings from public Wi-Fi routers within his home city. Typical financial gain thieves drain accounts and maximize credit limits as quickly as possible. This activity was different. The perpetrator bypassed Daniel's high-value assets. They instead prioritized small, mundane transactions at bakeries and local shops, mimicking the texture of an ordinary life. A second theory suggested Daniel chose to walk away and was maintaining his own accounts to confuse the police. Intentional disappearance is difficult in a surveillance state. Even when users attempt to stay off the grid, metadata from digital maps and private transactions leave identifiable traces. Detectives eventually found security footage from a gas station, showing a man in a hood whose height and build matched Daniel's. Investigators used open-source intelligence to reconstruct the face from the degraded video. The process maps distances between the cheekbones and jawline, comparing ratios against Daniel's known photographs. This creates a synthetic likeness based on probability, a data-driven resurrection rather than a definitive match. Because AI reconstruction relies on algorithmic probability, the footage failed to provide the legal certainty needed to confirm Daniel was the man in the video. The most sinister hypothesis was that Daniel had been murdered and a killer was mimicking his daily digital life to fake proof of life. This strategy appeared in the Brian Brimmager case. After killing his girlfriend, Brimmager took control of her laptop and email. He sent detailed emails to family members claiming she had moved to Panama to start over. This digital lie delayed any suspicion of a crime. In the Mark Twitchell case, a killer similarly used a victim's computer and passwords to send messages, providing a digital alibi that suggested the victim was still alive and active. Both cover-ups eventually failed. Investigators combined digital IP tracking with forensic DNA analysis, linking the physical location of the computer to the scene of the crime. The activity on Daniel's accounts matches the patterns seen in these real-world homicide cover-ups. Each digital breadcrumb appears designed to delay the discovery of a physical body. In modern investigations, a thriving digital life can be used as a tool to hide a death. The erratic Wi-Fi pings eventually resolved into a recurring logging at a single unencrypted router. By cross-referencing these timestamps with local surveillance, detectives tracked the signal to a physical location at the city's edge. Inside, they discovered stacks of falsified IDs, unpaid letters, and several old laptops. On one desk, a single computer monitor was left on. The screen was logged directly into Daniel Hayes' primary email account. Our data exists as a secondary body, a detailed record of habits and movements that can be stolen or manipulated long after we are gone. So, what really happened to Daniel Hayes? Was he the victim of identity theft? Did he choose to disappear? Or was someone secretly controlling his digital life the entire time? One man vanished, but his digital shadow never disappeared. What do you think really happened? Leave your theory in the comments, and subscribe to DocuNebula USA for more true mystery documentaries and hidden stories.